Hello, true believers. I said the next purchase I was going to get was a kickstand because I don't want to have to just keep, like, if I stop the bike and I want to vlog, it's like, where do I set this down? I don't want it scratched. So I decided to get a kickstand. And as you can see, this one is $169. If you look at it, we got it from Lazada. It took like a day and a half, 2 days to deliver. So if you ordered it early in the morning, it'll probably get there the next day. So it's probably at their warehouse for $169.21 from Lazada. So I said, for only $169, sure, why not? Let's take the risk. What I'm worried about is because this is a 29-inch tire, a 29er, that it might not fit. So I tried to pick the most low-profile one. There's another one that was very popular, but it had this like red kind of dot in the middle, and I didn't want anything that had like loud colors like red to draw attention to it. I wanted to be as simple as possible and just kind of go in like that and just kind of blend in with the bike. The only thing I'm concerned about is that it might not be big enough over here for it to fit here. I might have to put it somewhere over here. So let's check it out. So I'm gonna install it, but here's how it is. There's a spring right there. It feels durable. Look how so there's a spring there and you just kick it. So, and it's adjustable. So there's a screw there to adjust the height. So based on that, it looks like it might reach it. So I'll have to adjust the height. So let me install it and I'll let you see what the results are. Here we go. I just call it Lazada kickstand. Kickstand from Lazada. Let's install it onto the trinks. And let me know in the comments what you think of it. Okay, true believers, here's the results of putting a kickstand on the Trinks carbon fiber mountain bike, carbon frame mountain bike. And unfortunately, to our great disappointment, it has been an epic fail. And it's not an epic fail because it didn't fit. I actually got it, as you can see, it gets thicker as you go towards the front, and as you get towards the back, it gets narrower. And I was worried that I wasn't gonna have enough clearance, but there was actually enough clearance, and the bolts were actually long enough. So that wasn't the problem. The bolts was long enough, that wasn't the problem. There was actually enough clearance, that wasn't the problem. It was clamping on, that was no problem. So there was no problem with the stand itself, with the kickstand itself. So there was no problem with that. The problem came in when I put it on and I tested it out. This is the carbon fiber. This carbon fiber is not like aluminum alloy or other harder metal parts. This thing is made out of fiber. And the biggest problem I had was when I first put it on, and then I set it down, because this thing is so heavy, and it started, so it was on like this, and it started to lean and started to torque like that. And I said, okay, no problem, I'll just tighten the screws. So I put it back, I tightened the screws. Well, I'm tightening the screws, and I'm tightening, and it's still kind of giving, I'm thinking, it was just like, I'm still tightening, and this thing is like going, how much more tighter can I make it until this thing cracks? And also, even if I tighten it so much, right, and this thing is on, how much pressure or how much wind or how much anything, does it get to a point where this thing is just gonna crack this thing wide open? And if this thing cracks, then this whole bike frame is completely useless. So the more I tightened, the more I was freaking out. And I said, what the hell am I doing to this thing? This thing, the more I tighten this was like a vice grip, and it was just, I'm just waiting for the fibers of this carbon fiber to just finally give out. So as you could see, I don't know if you could appreciate that. I think it probably started giving right there already. I don't know if you can, no, that's not it. I was worried. I mean, good thing there's these rubber pieces in the middle, but this thing would have been scratched if that was the case. But I was wondering how much more tighter can I make it to the point where this thing is just squeezed to death by these screws over here, and then it just kind of snap, crack. And then while it's there, you get the whole pressure of the bike on the stand. And if there's like something leaning over it, and when something leaning, or there's windy, or somebody bumps into it, and the whole weight of the bike and the weight of the way it's levered into this thing is just gonna split it in half. Because it's not like aluminum alloy where it's made out of hard metal aluminum, like where it's almost hard like steel. This thing is still like, feel that, it's like drywall. It's like, it's light for a reason and it's sturdy, but there's only so much torque and pressure that it can take. So that's why I said, oh my goodness, I almost snapped this thing in two if I kept going tighter and tighter. So as much as I like the idea of having a kickstand and being able to put it on there like that, like so, and look how nice it would have looked, I cannot risk cracking this carbon fiber, especially at this point where it's like so thin that you torque it, and you torque the screws to the point where it grips it so hard. And then what happens if this thing is on here, okay, yeah, and it's stressed, it starts adding stress, and then you put the stress of the bike on it, somebody bumps it, let's just crack it in half. So yeah, I don't know if I were you. I love this mountain bike so much that that me and Hero are enjoying it so much that I don't want to take the risk. I'll just figure something out. I'll just hold on to it. I'll just lay it on something, or have a rack, just put a rack on it. But the fact that I can't put this on without putting so much torque and pressure on it that it's gonna crack this carbon fiber and damage it. I'm just feeling it. I'm just twisting and twisting, and this thing is hollow. I'm twisting at it, and I'm like this close to like hearing a crack. Like all of a sudden I'm tightening the screws. I'm sitting there tightening it so it won't torque when you lean the whole bike on it. And then all of a sudden, crack. Huh? My carbon fiber. For this stupid $3 stand, I cracked my carbon fiber. Imagine how upset I would be. It's like I'm trying to put this $3 stand and my 38,000 peso carbon fiber bike frame is destroyed. Wow, I'm glad I didn't continue. I'm glad I didn't continue with that. So that's just, by the way, that's just kind of like the shadow. I was like, what is that? Well, that's just a shadow. Shadow. See? So if you look in there. Okay? So never ever put one of these, it's just not the right material. Yes, it's light and it's sturdy. It can handle T700, as you can see here, T700 carbon. But when you're talking about all the pressure that goes into these screws over here, and then you're putting it in there, and then all of a sudden you set it down, and all that torque going onto that little tiny skinny carbon frame designed, this thing is just like, it's just like a crowbar. It's just gonna turn it like, so imagine it's like the whole weight of the bike just twisting at this carbon fiber. It's not gonna give, it's gonna crack. This whole thing on this carbon, that's why I'm like, what the hell am I doing to this thing? What is it? Why am I tightening it? Why am I doing this? Why am I ready to destroy this bike? Once this thing cracks, it's over. Whew. So as much as I like this, I'll hold on to it for $3 and maybe we'll get an aluminum bike frame in the future, which I doubt because once you've gone carbon, it's hard to go back. But I mean, it's only 160 pesos. It's not the fault of the kickstand. It's more of the fault of it's not compatible with the material of the carbon frame. So as much as I wanted to put it on there and I was happy that it was ready to make this thing complete, now I don't have to set this thing down or have somebody hold it while I vlog. It's just that there's no way you can clamp this thing on and just vise this thing and just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze on this thing until it just cracks in half. And then even then you've got the whole weight of the bike just working, just waiting to crack it open like a crowbar with all the weight on it like that. So I can't do that. I like the look of this, but this is just not the right material to be putting. I get it now why people don't put kickstands on their carbon frame and why this is something you could never do. So if you like kickstands, then get an aluminum alloy frame. Don't get a carbon fiber frame. Let me know what you think in the comments. So like I said, at least it wasn't that much of an investment. You know, only talking about $3, but imagine if I actually went through with it and kept it on, and to realize this $3 kickstand all of a sudden ruined my $800 carbon fiber frame bike. And $800 is a affordable price for carbon fiber mountain bikes. When I read what people are writing online, they're saying that $2,000 to $3,000 is a good bike, is a good bike, and I'm like thinking, gosh, when did it get so expensive? I remember spending only like $100 on my first bike, and then all of a sudden it's normal to be spending not only $1,000 but over $2,000 on a bike. So, well, anyway, I spent $38,500, and I don't want to ruin it. Well, because I had to put a kickstand on it. But thankfully, hopefully, somebody out there will be stopped by this, that they don't ruin their carbon fiber frame bike by putting one of these kickstands, because it will absolutely destroy it. Okay, let me know in the comments what you think. So I don't think there's any other kickstands. I'm just gonna stick with this rack that I bought from the bike shop, and that's what we'll use in the meantime, because this is not an option. Okay, so the title of this video is never put a kickstand on your carbon fiber frame bike, or else you're gonna crack it. It's not meant to withstand that much pressure. I mean, over here, I guess it can, but with this, squeezing it the hell out of it, it can't. All right, this is Belts Only. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Thanks for watching. Don't break your carbon fiber frame bike by putting a kickstand on it.